Muslim Coon, Norm Finkelstein calls Mehdi Hasan a sack of poo-poo. That's what I put in the title. But a sack of shit is the quote. So let's listen to Norm in this short clip. This is a short segment.
Filled with pain, consumed by guilt, says, I reluctantly have to conclude. I don't see how else I can conclude anything except that Corbyn is an anti-Semite. Or, I'm paraphrasing him now, so I quote him. He cites a piece in one of the British periodicals, which said, quote, I gave Corbyn the benefit of the doubt in anti-Semitism. I can't anymore. And then Mehdi Hasan says, who, like me, has defended Corbyn up until now, but like me, struggles to defend his quote-unquote Zionist remarks that have emerged from 2013. This sack of shit opportunist, because what could be more useful to the British as they try to discredit Corbyn as being an anti-Semite than to get a Muslim on board, because supposedly Jeremy was partial to Muslims. And here comes along a Muslim who says, I have to admit, I'm so reluctant to have to admit it, I have no choice. Jeremy Corbyn, he's an anti-Semite. That was so despicable that I went to my email and I sent Mehdi an email that just said, Et tu, Mehdi, the moment of truth. The moment of truth. Et tu, Mehdi. And he replied, he had no idea what I was talking about. This Oxford graduate who prides himself on his mastery of English, he couldn't understand.
Everybody loves Norm.
To Muslims.
It's nothing like an old guy speaking and saying the fuck what he wants to talk. Because he's, older. He's at end of life term. There's nothing like that. People want to see that. And his critique about Mehdi Hasan, let me say it this way. This is why I did a segment on when Mehdi Hasan was cut from MSNBC or left or something like that. He was praised as some sort of hero by some in the pseudo left camps. And I was like, he's no hero. He plays a role, the same role that, and this is why he was praised in those camps, because they're the same thing, where they know he's like them, and they were praising him. The majority reports, yeah, Mehdi Hasan, stand up for him. He's great, and give him a praise and all this other shit. Where it's the same thing, where they say good things, but then there's certain things they tote the line with the establishment. This is one of them about Jeremy Corbyn. This is one of them. And just like Norm is saying here, it's nothing like, for example, it would be nothing like, it's nothing like a black person saying there's no racism in the United States. Like Kamala Harris, for example, said. There's nothing like that. To give cover, for a black person to give cover to white supremacy like that is disgusting to the black community. That's the same thing he's pointed out about Mehdi Hasan. You're giving the Zionists, you're giving the Zionist entities, the Zionist funders, an out by you, the brown coon, coming in saying, yes, I label him this also. That's essentially what Norm Finkelstein was saying, and I absolutely agree with him. He just says it a lot funnier, and I want to hear him say it one more time before we get out of here, specifically the later in the part here. So right around here.
Defended Corbyn up until now, but like me, struggles to defend his quote-unquote Zionist remarks that have emerged from 2013. This sack of shit opportunist, because what could be more useful to the British as they try to discredit Corbyn as being an anti-Semite than to get a Muslim on board? Because supposedly Jeremy was partial to Muslims. And here comes along a Muslim who says, I have to admit, I'm so reluctant to have to admit it, I have no choice. Jeremy Corbyn, he's an anti-Semite. That was so despicable that I went to my email and I sent Mehdi an email that just said, Et tu, Mehdi, the moment of truth. The moment of truth. Et tu, Mehdi. And he replied, he had no idea what I was talking about. This Oxford graduate who prides himself on his mastery of English, he couldn't understand.
It's hilarious. That's hilarious. He knew exactly what was. He knows exactly what you were referring to.